Hey, sis. Let me ask you something that might hit a little close to home. It's payday. The direct deposit hits, and for one glorious moment, you feel like you can finally breathe. You worked hard all week. Meetings, carpools, endless to-do lists, maybe even squeezing in a side hustle after bedtime. And that little voice in your head whispers, "You deserve this. Just treat yourself." So you grab that $7.50 fancy coffee on the way home, add the cute throw pillow you saw online for $28, order takeout instead of cooking because you earned it, and maybe even throw in a new lip gloss or that planner that promises to make your chaotic life feel prettier. It feels good in the moment, a tiny spark of joy after all the grind. But then the next paycheck rolls around and somehow the balance is still tight. You wonder where the money went, and the cycle quietly starts again. Sound painfully familiar? Yeah, that exact treat yourself moment every payday is one of the sneakiest traps keeping so many women from building real wealth in 2026. And today, we're not shaming you. We're exposing the trap with the exact math, the psychology that makes small rewards feel harmless, but quietly cost way more than big ones, and the simple shifts that actually let you enjoy life without sabotaging your future. My name is Barbie, and I spend way too much time thinking about the real psychology and math behind money decisions that no one wants to talk about, especially the ones that feel like self-care but quietly drain our accounts. If you're a woman who's ever felt like you're doing everything right, but your savings never seem to grow, or if payday always comes with that little treat guilt later, hit that subscribe button right now. And if this video helps you see your money in a whole new light, give it a thumbs up. We're diving deep together. No judgment, just honest sister talk and real tools. Look, here's the thing. Society and social media have sold us this cute narrative. Treat yourself. You deserve it after everything you do. The finance gurus either ignore it completely or tell you to cut every single pleasure like you're a robot. But the 2026 reality is way more brutal and way more compassionate than both of those stories. Small, frequent treat-yourself rewards every paycheck aren't harmless little joys. They're often quietly larger than one big, occasional splurge, and the math proves it. I pulled the latest data from CashNet USA's 2026 Retail Therapy Report, Lending Tree's Emotional Spending Studies, the SurveyMonkey Treakonomics 2026 report, and compound interest calculators updated for current rates. What I found shocked me. 62% of Americans indulge in small, affordable treats at least monthly, with 43% doing it daily or weekly. Over half keep those treats under $25, yet the average American still drops $4,589 a year on retail therapy-style spending, and millennials are at $8,259. Here's what most people don't realize. It's not the size of any single treat that breaks the bank. It's the frequency combined with the dopamine loop that makes small rewards feel essential while silently stealing thousands from your future self. And for us women, juggling work, home, emotional labor, and the pressure to have it all, these little treats hit even harder. Let's talk about why treating yourself every paycheck feels so good, and why that feeling is the trap. It starts with dopamine. That little rush when you decide, "I deserve this," lights up your brain's reward center. Studies on motivation and rewards show that immediate small pleasures create a hit of anticipation and satisfaction. For women especially, who often carry the invisible mental load of remembering everyone's needs, a small treat can feel like the only moment you're putting yourself first. The SurveyMonkey Treatonomics report found 35% of Americans use small purchases to stay motivated toward bigger goals, and 30% use them as a coping mechanism for stressful days. 73% report financial stress, so that payday treat becomes a quick emotional reset. It feels like self-care. It feels deserved after another week of showing up for everyone else. But here's where it gets really interesting and a little sneaky. Small, frequent rewards train your brain to expect them. The anticipation itself becomes addictive. Psychologists note that the brain loves novelty and quick wins, so that $12 latte or $22 online find gives a faster dopamine spike than waiting for one bigger reward. Over time, these micro-treats stop feeling optional and start feeling like necessities to survive the week. For moms and working women, it's amplified. You survived the school pickup chaos, the endless emails, the emotional labor of keeping the household running, so I deserve a little something becomes the quiet reward for invisible work that no one sees. 33% of women in recent surveys shopped to improve their mood in the past year, higher than men, and emotional categories like coffee, beauty, home items, and takeout top the list. The crash comes later. The guilt, the tighter budget next week, the quiet resentment when your savings still look the same. And because these treats are small and spread out, they fly under the radar of most budgets. You don't see them as a problem the way you would a big vacation splurge. That's exactly why they quietly become larger. Now let's put real 2026 dollars on this trap so you can see the quiet damage and why small rewards often cost more than big ones. Example 1, the everyday paycheck treat. Let's meet Lisa, a 36-year-old working mom making $68,000. Every payday, twice a month, she treats herself with a $9 fancy coffee, $18 takeout lunch because she's tired, and a $22 small online purchase, maybe skincare or a cute accessory. That's $49 per payday. Twice a month is 24 paydays a year. At $49 each, that's $1,176 a year. Sounds manageable, right? But run it with the exact math. If she redirected that $1,176 into a high-yield savings account earning a realistic 4.5% to 5% in 2026, over 5 years it grows to about $6,400 with compounding. Over 10 years, over $13,800. That's not small change. That's a solid emergency fund starter or a big dent in debt. Example 2. The weekly little treat cycle. Maria, single in her late 20s, grabs a $12 to $15 treat most weeks, coffee, beauty item, or cozy socks because it's been a long week. 52 weeks at an average of $14 is $728 a year. But because it's weekly and tied to stress relief, it feels invisible. CashNet USA data shows the average retail therapy purchase is $73.55, but frequent small ones under $25 add up faster in frequency. If Maria's $728 went into investments, averaging 7% annual return, a conservative stock market estimate, in 10 years it becomes over $10,200. The small treats quietly stole a down payment chunk or retirement boost. Example 3. Comparison. Small frequent versus one big reward. Imagine two women with the same $2,000 annual reward budget. Woman A does small treats every paycheck, $40 to $50 twice a month, $96 to $1,200 per year, plus extras that push it to $2,000. She gets 24 plus little dopamine hits, but the money disappears gradually with zero compounding. After 10 years, she has spent $20,000 and has nothing extra to show. Woman B saves the $2,000 and does one intentional bigger reward once a year, a nice weekend getaway, a quality piece she'll love for years, or even investing most and treating with the growth. That $2,000 invested at 7% compounds. After 10 years, she's spent the same $20,000 on experiences or rewards, but has an extra $14,000 plus in growth sitting in her account. The big reward feels more special, lasts longer, and the math works in her favor. SurveyMonkey's 2026 Treatonomics data backs this. 52% of treaters keep purchases under $25, yet frequent small indulgences drive the bulk of emotional spending totals. Millennials lead at $8,259 average annual retail therapy because of high frequency, 160 purchases per year. Small and often quietly wins the cost race in the wrong direction. This is where it gets really interesting. Big occasional rewards force you to plan and feel the weight of the money leaving your account. You weigh it against your goals. Small, frequent ones? They slip through because each one feels too tiny to matter. Psychology plays a huge role. Immediate small rewards give faster dopamine than delayed big ones, so your brain starts craving the quick hit every payday. Women, who often manage the household budget and emotional climate, use these micro treats as the only me time in a sea of responsibilities. But the cumulative effect is larger: higher stress from tighter finances later, more guilt, and missed compounding that could have created real freedom. LendingTree data shows 38% increased emotional spending due to economic uncertainty, and small treats are the easiest way to cope. Yet 71% of emotional shoppers feel regret or guilt afterward. The trap is perfect. It feels like self-love, but quietly taxes your peace and your net worth. Now you might be thinking, but Barbie, I work so hard, I deserve these little treats. Or, they're so small, they don't really matter. Or, cutting them would make life feel miserable and deprived. I hear you. You do deserve joy. The problem isn't wanting nice moments, it's letting autopilot small rewards become the only source of joy, while quietly sabotaging the bigger life you're working toward. Yes, $12 here and $25 there feels harmless, but 24 to 52 times a year with compounding turns harmless into expensive. One big, intentional reward can deliver more satisfaction with less total spend because it's planned and meaningful. And no, you don't have to go cold turkey and live like a monk. The goal is conscious treating, swapping the sneaky cycle for intentional rewards that actually fill your cup without the hangover. Another objection: my treats are just food or small stuff for the family. Even then, the frequency adds up, and it trains everyone, including you, that spending is the default way to celebrate or cope. Let's zoom out to see the quiet damage over time. A woman averaging $1,500 to $2,500 a year in unchecked treat-yourself spending, very realistic from the data, loses $15,000 to $25,000 over 10 years in direct spend. Add the opportunity cost at a conservative 6 to 7% return, and that number jumps to $20,000 to $35,000 plus that could have been growing in savings, investments, or debt payoff. Over 20 to 30 years, your prime wealth building window, the gap becomes life-changing: a larger emergency fund, earlier retirement, or the freedom to work less and be more present with family. The women who break this trap don't just save money, they gain calm, clarity, and the ability to truly enjoy bigger rewards without guilt. So, how do you escape the trap without feeling deprived? Here's your exact game plan with 10 practical steps, plus a simple reframe for payday treats. Step 1. Track your treats for 30 days. Note every "I deserve this" purchase, the emotion behind it, and the exact amount. Patterns will jump out. Most women are shocked at how fast it adds up. Step 2. Calculate your real annual treat cost. Add up last year's small rewards and run the compound interest math. Free calculators online. Seeing $1,800 become $2,800 plus in lost growth is eye-opening. Step 3. Create a conscious treat fund. Automate $50 to $100 per paycheck into a separate high-yield account labeled Joy and Rewards. Spend only from this fund on treats. It feels abundant but keeps the total controlled. Step 4. Implement the 48-hour rule for non-essential treats. Add to cart or note the item, wait 48 hours. Most small urges fade, and you save the money for something more meaningful. Step 5. Redefine what treating yourself means. Make a list of 15 to 20 free or low-cost joys that actually refill you. A walk with music, calling a friend, a long bath, dancing in the kitchen. Keep it visible on payday. Step 6. Plan one bigger intentional reward per quarter. Save for a massage, a nice dinner out, or an experience that creates memories. It feels more special and costs less overall than scattered small ones. Step 7. Tie treats to progress, not just survival. After hitting a savings goal or completing a tough week, choose a reward from the Conscious Fund. This rewires your brain from stress coping to positive reinforcement. Step 8. Declutter one treat category: beauty, clothes, home items. Sell or donate what you bought on autopilot. The visual reminder of wasted money is powerful motivation. Step 9. Have the conversation with your partner or accountability friend. Share your numbers and goals. External support reduces the secrecy and shame that fuel the cycle. Step 10. Celebrate non-spending wins weekly. Track money saved from paused treats and spend it on time freedom, an extra hour for yourself without guilt. Watch how your net worth and peace both grow. Here's the truth that changed everything for me and so many women I've coached. The trap of treating yourself every paycheck isn't about being weak or undeserving. It's a normal response to a world that keeps us running on empty and tells us spending is the fastest way to feel cared for. But when you see the exact math, name the quiet cost of small, frequent rewards, and choose conscious joy instead, you stop leaking money and start building real wealth, plus the calm confidence that comes from knowing your treats support your future instead of stealing from it. You deserve beautiful moments without the hidden price tag. You deserve money that works as hard for you as you work for it. And you are more than capable of rewriting this script, starting with your very next paycheck. If this video made you feel seen and gave you that spark to make a change, drop your biggest treat yourself habit in the comments. I read every single one. Share this with a girlfriend who needs the wake-up call too. You've got this, Queen. The small rewards don't have to own you anymore. Your future self is already thanking you. I'll see you in the next one. Love you.